Damn. I'm gonna have a terrible scar left with like half an eyebrow missing. Damn, my eyebrows really do go hella far. I'm one of those I might shave this every once in a while when I shave my face, so that's about it. Smoking on a cigarette that's not a cigarette, man. In the Bay Area, they feed y'all shit, and y'all just okay with it. Don't recognize what you got till it's gone. All in all, the Bay Area is a better place. Well, not necessarily. The two places I can call home, they both had their perks. They both had their comforts. They both had their vibes and their feels. I say in my current situation, I can't appreciate the shit that I would want to appreciate. So that's where I'm at with that. I had a couple of ideas though that I wanted to make videos about. So this is like a rough video. Have my dreams and shit that I just write them down, I guess, so I can come back to them later. It's better than forgetting them. I had started this process a while ago, but I never really stuck to the formula. And this ain't me being like, oh, I'm all high and mighty, but this is me being like, oh, I have my stature. The drop or lower the rents movement, right? I love y'all. Like, at the point where it's enough stuff built for everybody to not have to worry about having a house. Like, if everybody had a house, then PG&E would make more money, right? And can lower their prices. So you start with the fundamentals, and then you work with what are the services for the fundamentals. But I'm sitting out here homeless, you know what I mean? And I'm wondering, did the drop the rents movement really play out as something like, like I say, I once spoke to the people and I told them, man, you might have to, like, tooth and nails, blood, sweat, and tears, say we ain't going for it no more. Maybe this is what's left over of it. You know what I mean? Maybe the ravenous wolves was really the nice ones. Maybe the big bad wolf wasn't really so big and goddamn bad the whole time. Maybe the false one was a bunch of show and theatrics with all this talk and this walk. Maybe the real one was just like, I'd rather be a fluffy bunny, but don't make me, you know what I mean? Maybe. Just maybe. With that being said, I'm wondering, man, who is it that a motherfucker supposed to talk to around here? Because I know I'm not supposed to be sitting on the streets right now. Like, I know how important I am. I've never needed a movement or anything else. But I'll say this, though. In some aspects, I say I'm not with that movement, and then in some aspects, I'm definitely with the movement. It's just like, whose side of the movement are you on? And those trying to manipulate the movement, most of those are pretty much playing out. Those who got influence, money, and all this bull stuff. Like, this Mexican lady that just walked out the house, she is the most beautiful skinned black lady that you can ever see with some age and some gray hair. Oh my God. And Mexican women, stop tripping off y'all fupas. It came from childbirth most of the time, right? Most of the time, right? Y'all still be popping. It just be that one area. Now, moving on. I got this situation where I got people walking around me with children almost as if they following me. You know what I'm saying? It could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. Meaning it could be a bad thing for me, secondly, and for a child first. Granted, if something weird was happening, for me not to speak up about it would be going against me and who I am. So therefore, I choose to speak up. There was this dude named Spiritual Soul who made a video on Facebook before. He was like, well, why he ain't saying nothing about these kids and stuff? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, huh? I be thinking this be weird stuff going on around me. Is he talking about me? And so, you know, that's just where I leave it at. And this is not really the video I wanted to make. It's just brushing past the topics. And then I want to say like this. Like I said, I got hit in my head with a car jack. Mind you, I go to the hospital. They don't even clean my wound. All they do is give me some narco that may not have even been narco. They might have been blood clot pills or something like that, right? I'm just being honest. I ain't never trying to go back to what I used to do. Like, I want my money to be popping, but I ain't sacrificing shit about me. It's still me. I mean, I can learn as I go along, but I'm who I am, baby. Ain't no change in me, baby. I love me, baby. Something I even said when I was going through those motions. So, once again, I'm not the evil one. It's nothing really evil about me. Even if I had to take actions that would make me appear to be evil, there's nothing evil about me. So, stop all the ignorance within existence of those here right now, and the stupidity. Example, to the people in the stores, stop putting the carcinogenic cigarettes, alcohol, and the hustlers, stop putting the carcinogenic weed out here. Example, the weed that is dipped in gasoline, shit, paint thinner, God knows what else. Stop fucking smoking that shit and putting it out here. Like, if you into that's what you into, go ahead. But if you a nigga that's missing old school weed, if you remember what old school weed was, speak up about the shit. Cause I don't care what nobody tell me. This shit right here, like, goddamn. These motherfuckers been, never mind. This weed is garbage. I go to the weed shop and try to buy some Blue Dream. They're like, oh no, we don't have none of that. Then you got all these weeds with new names. And I'm like, well, what? Weed ain't a hybrid, you know. One of them ain't got no CBD, the other one got all THC, the other one ain't got no THC, or hella low THC. Like, none of them got enough CBD in them. Like, what the fuck is you niggas selling? This shit ain't medicine no more. There's no balance to it. It's like, what do you want to feel? Like the doctor that prescribed it, allowed it to exist, don't know what the fuck you gonna need and all the different variants. And I'll tell you, like, you know, when crossbreeding all this weed and doing all of this weird shit that people doing to it, because some of this shit ain't even crossbred weed. Some of this shit is just weed dipped in shit to give it flavor. Some kind of synthetic ass THC, because if it's GMO weed, the THC is synthetic anyway. It's like taking Narcos and taking generic Narcos. It's like having lean and drinking generic lean. It's like going to the high-priced gasoline store. For those of y'all that know, if you put that gas in your car and then you put the cheap shit in your car get up different. So anyway, you take these dogs and you breed them, right? And then you end up with the little pug bulldog kind of dogs, right? And they like walk around. It's hard for them to breathe. You know what I'm saying? They look like life sucks to them. It's just like, oh, why would anybody do this to you? And that's what the hell is happening to weed. Motherfuckers is about to destroy some shit. And then let's take into perspective the tomatoes that they crossed with like fish cells, right? The same thing they do in the weed, right? The thing y'all gonna cause to happen is a genetic mutation that you're not gonna be able to fix. And it's gonna be the end of y'all and the beginning of something new. So y'all might want to stop with this, right? Like, tomatoes are still here, right? So it's something about a tomato that resonates with God that says it's still needed by nature for something to consume and for nature to give back. And then something also needed about a tomato in its natural sense, just like your ass. And so these tomatoes and all of this genetic modifying and GMO shit that they doing, right? It's quite possible that whatever was real about COVID, that all of that genetic modifying y'all been doing has something to do with it. You could blame it on China. China can point their fingers and blame it over here. Korea can blame it on this person. South Korea, North Korea can blame it on this one or that one. Mexico can blame it on this person or that person. But you can look around the world, you can see where certain practices or things being allowed to happen are people who have, or land masses or governments or however you want to say it, are the ones responsible for these things. And so I'll leave it at that, man. Yeah, but y'all might want to stop doing this genetic alteration of stuff before you cause God's judgment to be something that's swift and that you just ain't no get back from. I'm stepping out the way. I want to live my life. Now, when everybody been telling me to say, just say fuck God, ain't no saying fuck God. But what I will say is, fuck me being God. How about I just be me and let God step back into the fold and work some magic like it know how. Now see, when I say let God step back into the fold and work some magic like it know how, like, you know, If you need me, I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is. Cause like the job ain't done till the job is done. But when it comes down to it, like I want to be behind the wheel of a car. I want to ride to the gas station and get my cigarettes and have a conversation with a woman without feeling like I'm so alienated and estranged from everything that I can't connect with a person before I even have a conversation and can then make that assumption. You know what I'm saying? Woman and person. It's not always just about that a person got different body parts than me. But it is more so always about the fact that they have different body parts, which in some senses causes their mind to have intricacies that are different than mine, and sometimes can bring me to the next level or enlighten me. So with that being said, I'm tired of sitting on my ass, being poor, homeless. Like, it seems like everybody else got pandemic money, I guess. Like I say, I don't know what's real or what's not real about this shit. I choose to say big fuck you, middle fingers to the government for one, because where the fuck was you at during any of my motherfucking strife dealing with this supposed pandemic? Everything shut down, but I can't get through to nothing. Like, nah, something's weird about this. So, yeah, I'm just saying. I done suffered this whole pandemic. Having a car, you know, not knowing how this and that was gonna be paid. While going through some kind of people poisoning my food, weed, and everything else, crystal meth induced haze of fear and panicking. There was times that I realized it was even in my cigarettes. How is that possible? So it's being done at the stores and the places I go get whatever, you know, it is that I get, be it food, cigarettes, weed, whatever else, or either it's done by the person who is the closest to me. And so this is when I first learned about food. Be careful who you receive a gift of a meal from. Make sure that those you break bread with are actually there to break bread because they have bread to break with you and seek nothing back. Because I know if it's one thing I could say, that this pandemic, and like I say, sometimes I say I have odd friends. Like, you know, Rihanna and Eminem got a song where they say they friends with the monsters up under their bed, the voices inside of their head. I say the devil is like one of my best friends a lot. And a lot of people are like, dude, you fucking crazy. Like, why would you want that motherfucker? It's like, it's not that it's something I wanted, it's an occurrence that happened. Like, you know, smiling in the face of death, meeting karma, you know, just those type of things. when it comes down to that, I look at the devil as if it never really caused nothing that great or cataclysmically bad to happen in my life. I look at it more so less like it's a bunch of shitty humans, people, or beings that just get a kick or a thrill out of me being down and out. It's just like, how can you, especially in today's world with this energy that I want to be a part of so bad, well, that I am a part of, but I'm ready to come home to so bad. But how can you be that type of person in today's world? Like, if you ain't found out how good it feels to just have something to give somebody and then be like, here, man, this for you. And you give it to a motherfucker and just change the outlook of their year, their month, their life, their day. Like, do you know how that feel? Like, I'm glad I could share that with so many different people. Like, then you really start feeling like a boss. Like, somebody walk up to you like, this dude right here, man, for this dude, I wouldn't be able to blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And the cold part about it is, you think about that, and after you hear it so many times, it go from being like cocky to being like, yeah, you know, to just being like, you know, hey man, it is what it is, you know. But, you know, just stop tripping after a while, man. Because after so long, it just feels good to be like, you know what? Look, I did help somebody. Goddamn, these cigarettes are nasty as shit. Like, every once in a while, I get my hands on a real fucking cigarette. And it just tastes so good. Shit, a trip. I'm like tripping, like, wouldn't it be dope one day if somebody just rolled up to you and tried to give you a car and you like homeless and like, you know, tired of sleeping outside, no heat, you know, or tired of sleeping in your family's basement, no heat. But then sometimes I even think like, wouldn't it be way doper? Or I think like that because I'm homeless. You know what I mean? Like, as bad as people exist in the world, and I think I introduced some of those people to some good shit. Maybe they took some of the, like Tupac say, take the evil out of the people that be acting right. Maybe they took some of the evil out of me. It's like a weird cancel each other out type thing. You know what I mean? Just because somebody's necessarily evil. Bro, this shit hella weird, bro. This nigga just walked out of the bush. Like, what is this nigga over there taking a shit or something? What happened? Bro, that shit was crazy, bro. This nigga was all the way in the bushes.